This segment of the news is brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.
Welcome back. Police on New Providence are investigating a traffic collision Wednesday, which left an adult female dead. According to reports, shortly after 6 p.m., a traffic collision occurred at the junction of Alexandria Boulevard and Taylor Street, Nassau Village, involving a gray Chevy Malibu, a silver Honda CRV, and a white Nissan Serena. The female driver of the Chevy Malibu received serious injuries and succumbed to her injuries on the scene. The drivers of the other vehicle received minor injuries. RBPF Traffic Department is to continue investigating this incident. Meantime, police have taken one man into custody and is seeking the public's assistance in locating others as they actively investigate 3 armed robberies and an attempted armed robbery which occurred yesterday. In the first incident, according to reports, shortly after 6 a.m., a woman was at Wild Guava Street, Pinewood Gardens when she was struck to the ground by a man driving a champagne-colored vehicle who robbed her of a bag containing cash before speeding away. Police officers was a short distance away and observed the incident. He chased the vehicle and was successful in stopping it and took a 26-year-old male of Pinewood Gardens into custody. In the second incident, according to reports, shortly after 6 p.m., a man had just arrived at a residence on Edward Avenue off Jerome Avenue when he was approached by 2 armed men who held him at bay and robbed him of a bag containing cash before getting into a silver Nissan March and speeding away. In the third incident, police say shortly before 9 p.m., a man was sitting in his vehicle in the parking lot of a food store on Alexandria Boulevard, Nassau Village, when an armed man entered the vehicle demanding he leave. The victim ran from the car, taking the keys with him. The gunman fired a shot at him, causing a minor wound to the arm. Nothing was taken during this incident. In the fourth incident, shortly before 9 p.m., a woman was at a service station on Alexandria Boulevard, Nassau Village, when she was approached by a gunman who robbed her of a white Nissan Note. Police later recovered that vehicle on Domingo Heights. Investigations into all of these matters are said to be ongoing. National Security Minister Marvin Dames, meantime, says police are making progress in the capturing of offenders and the prevention of armed robberies. Minister Dames added that as the Christmas season approaches, many offenders are using this time of the year to prey on vulnerable citizens. He added that trends over the last 10 years indicate that armed robbery offenses increases during the Christmas season. But he added that officers are making inroads as compared to previous years.
That there are individuals out there, many of whom are out on bail, will take that chance, will take that opportunity to try to make a few bucks. They don't want to work, right? And their job is only to be a menace to society. The commissioner and his team are aggressively pursuing those individuals. They have now implemented their holiday strategy. That's superimposed on the ongoing strategy that they currently have to shore up our communities during the holiday seasons, to protect our business people, to protect our residents as they are returning home.
He said the public will see more police presence, but he offered this word of advice to citizens.
You have to be smart. You have to take the necessary precaution to keep yourself and your family safe. Many times when I'm traveling home at night, we tell people, be careful, going into secluded places. You drive around at night and then you see cars on beaches and bushes. Those are not prudent decision making. It's not prudent decision making. When you're coming home at night, notify someone.
Minister Dames noted that many armed robbery offenders are repeat offenders and said police will continue to protect citizens. At last report from September 1st to date, there have been 64 armed robberies. Tourism Minister Dionisio Diaglo, along with other tourism officials, attending a trade show in Vancouver, Canada, where they are continuing their campaign informing the world that the Bahamas is still open for business post-Dorian. Addressing those in attendance, the tourism minister reiterated that the Bahamas is still standing and ready to welcome visitors.
It is 166 kilometers from Abaco to Nassau and 210 kilometers from Grand Bahama to Nassau. Nassau and Paradise Island, where 75% of all of our foreign visitors start their vacation, was barely brushed by the storm and back in business quickly. And because of our great number of islands, which we have conveniently grouped into 16 different major destinations, and their dispersal, 15 of those islands are ready and waiting for visitors because Grand Bahama is on the rebound.
Following the hurricane, Minister Diagler noted that arrivals from Canada decreased by 15.3% and are projected to decrease by another 5% in October. Tourism Director General Joy Jibrulu noted that tourism is the most resilient industry in the world, adding that in hard times, Bahamians come together.
When hard times come, we come together, we celebrate, and it demonstrates that we're a resilient people, very proud. And it's something that always leaves us as Bahamians saying, not only to ourselves, but to the world, it really is better in the Bahamas.
Well, you're watching JCN News. Stay with us.
This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.